suppose talk truth to power don off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not they off in mind, oh, yo, yo.
Hello there. Good evening, good afternoon, or good morning to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun Live. Thank you so much for joining me again tonight. If you have read the caption of the broadcast, you can make your own contribution accordingly in the comment section there. Share the broadcast, invite your friends, and let's get started. I'm going to try and open the line tonight as well for maybe 2 or 3 people that might want to contribute, phone in. So we want to talk about the current war on free speech in Africa, and Uganda comes to play. So from if you have your own Ugandan friends, you know, the East of Africa, who would like to join us as well, invite them, because you know, from tomorrow you are likely not going to be able to hear from them again, as their government is going ahead to shut down the internet. They probably have shut it down by now, and the effort is to make sure that nobody knows what is going on there. Some of you may be asking, Maiyegun, why Uganda? The reason is because whatever is going on in Uganda right now is exactly what is going on in Nigeria, or what is still about to happen in Nigeria. And this is the pattern that you should pay attention to. Beating of oppositions, criminalizing oppositions, any opposing views are things that dictators despise. And Uganda, they have a president who has been their president for 35 years. He's seeking for another term of office of another 5 years, so that it will be in power for 40 years. He has the capacity to rig himself in, but he's been doing it for so long. This is a guy who has been president since, let me see what the picture again. His name is Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. He's been in power since when these guys have been presidents of America. When Ronald Reagan was president of America, Museveni was president of Uganda. When George Bush Sr. was president of America, up to the Clinton, to Bush Jr., to Obama, even to Donald Trump. So today, he is tidying things up. He's already arrested almost every opposition now. The only guy challenging him is this guy. He's a former musician. He's popularly known as Bobby Wine. Okay, I want you to listen to him for a second.
But once again, we shall rise to be the true Pearl of Africa that we have been known for. Nothing can defeat people united, especially if we are united by conviction. A people united can never be defeated. 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 Yes. And also,
so it's been a serious battle until today. Then tomorrow, the Ugandans will go to the poll to choose their president again. For the first time, the dictator of Uganda seems to be threatened he feels threatened of losing that power that has been holding for 35 years. So they asked him, Mr. President, why are you planning to shut down the internet when the election is 48 hours away? He said, well, initially he said he was going to shut down social media because according to him, those who are sponsoring the opposition against him in his country, they are those from outside the country, like Ugandans who are outside the country, and those they called foreigners who wants to take away Uganda from him. It's been there. Ugandans who probably love him are there too. But for an election to be free and fair, all players must play fair. And that is what Museveni is not interested in. So for the first time, the media in Uganda is overwhelmed. And now social media is now the recruiting ground. This guy has been going about mobilizing so massively across the country that the country's government feels so threatened for the first time in 35 years. I'll show you what they have done. So to let the whole country know that, they are not going to let the world see what is going on in Uganda, they gave this order, the MTN in Uganda, which happens to be like you have your own MTN in Nigeria too. So Nigerian government, for some of you who have been following the developments in Nigeria too, right? Nigerian government officials, the communication minister in Nigeria is asking the National Assembly in Nigeria to give them the power to help them make laws that will allow them to switch on the internet or switch on social media in Nigeria against what they called, fake news. Meanwhile, let me read this out to you first. This is the statement released by MTN in Uganda, telling people that they are going to say MTN Uganda informs its esteemed customers and other stakeholders that national telecommunications operators in the country have received a directive from Uganda Communications Commission, UCC, to immediately suspend access and use, direct or otherwise, of all social media platforms and online messaging applications over the network until further notice. MTN Uganda has, in compliance with its National Telecommunications Operator License and in accordance with MTN's group-wide digital human rights due diligence framework, implemented the directive. MTN Uganda will continue engaging with the relevant stakeholders to limit the scope and duration of the service disruption. So the government of Museveni decided to disrupt the internet so that the rest of the world will not know what is going on in Uganda. But for the few that the world have seen so far from Uganda, it is enough to spring up backlashes from world leaders. Same way we are calling the attentions of the Nigerian all over the world, or the world attention to what is going on in Nigeria. Sorry, I'm not taking any calls now. I will take calls when I finish presenting this, okay? We have about an hour and a half to do this, don't worry. So that is, but for you to also know that the directive is not fake. And in fact, the president of Uganda actually supports that. He justifies it. So they were sharing fake news about Uganda. Imagine government of Uganda sharing fake news on social media, threatening the citizens on social media. And Facebook had to shut them down. They shut so many of government handles, Uganda government handles, down on Facebook. So the government said, well, we are going to shut down social media. Then that's their own reaction. And this is what the president had to say when they asked him for shutting down social media.
I think it is called Facebook or something like that, decided to block the NRM message senders. targeting them. Why would anybody do that? So when I heard about that, I told our people to warn those people, say, please, that social channel you are talking about, if it is going to operate in Uganda, it should be used equitably by everybody who has to use it. If you want to take sides against the NRM, then that group would not operate in Uganda. Uganda is ours, it's not anybody's. Those Facebook and those groups did not respond, I hear, and I'm sure the government has closed the social media. Those channels of Facebook and I don't know which one. This is unfortunate, but it is unavoidable. There's no way anybody can come and play around with our country to decide who is good, who is bad. This one we will stop, this one we cannot accept that. Therefore, I'm very sorry about the inconvenience to those who have been using this channel. Even myself, when I had time, I was interacting with the young people through it. But we cannot tolerate this arrogance of anybody coming to decide for us who is good and who is bad. That's what we cannot accept.
That's his own reaction to that, you know. So you may wake up tomorrow morning in Nigeria, and maybe if they do you the honor of bringing the breeding mannequin, lifeless Bukwari, to come and tell you that, well, sorry, some people are just not using the social media well, so that's why we shut it down. Sorry for the income. That's if they give you the honor. It is under probability. But in Uganda, what Ugandan government don't want Ugandans to share anymore with the rest of the world. They don't want anyone to see this anymore. Because in the next 24 hours, they are going to declare him the winner of the election. Okay? So, and that is going to claim many lives. I'm going to tell you a bit of what I have heard going on in Uganda right now. But I'll show you a few of what they don't want the world to see anymore. And they have to shut down the internet. Before, it was social media. Now they're actually talking about shutting down the internet generally. So people are resorting to VPN, changing their this and that to access and pass messages across the world. It is like, for now, it is partially interrupted. That's what they have done. Partial interruption. So not many will be able to share social media. But take a look at this. This happened just yesterday in Uganda.
I have won your people. Yeah, but that's not your problem. I'm not pushing you. Get a court order to push me around, to arrest me. Do that, make sure the video goes. We have ready. You're calling me. You're calling me.
Hey, Mutwali. Hi.
Give me my money. Don't you have my money. Leave my money. My son. Wait, you can't. You can't torture me. 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 You can't torture me.
Shut if you want to get me. But you're not telling me.
You're threatening me. You're threatening me. This is for the government. Is it supposed to torture me? Is it supposed to torture me?
Sorry, guys, if that was a bit distressful for you, okay? And I'm going to warn you about the next one too, and the next one, and the next one. But if you are watching me from Nigeria, or if you are very familiar with what is going on in Nigeria, right? Some of these things will look familiar to you because that is what they are doing to you. The only thing they are yet to do in Nigeria is that to generally interrupt your internet in order to reduce the way you are sharing what is going on in Nigeria with the rest of the world. That is the only thing they are yet to do in Nigeria. Talk about military involvement in the election. Well, they do that too in Uganda. It is the trait pattern of dictators. So when I begin to show you these clips, you will be, the familiarity, the similarity. Then you will get my message tonight before we really get to start taking calls, okay? Watch this next one. They have election in 24 hours. Looks similar, right? Yes. If you are a Nigerian who is watching me right now, or somebody who is very familiar with Nigeria political scenarios, yes, that is what is going on in Uganda right now. Not just that, they've arrested all the supporters. All those who are working with this guy, Bobby Wine. They've arrested virtually everybody, right? The guy is now so left alone that even his own private security is the presidential candidate. They have beaten him, they have shot at him, they have killed people in his rally. What have they not done? The government of Museveni they have all the power. I don't know, 35 years, Ugandans should be loving him. He shouldn't even be so worried that Ugandans will vote against him to the point that he's now unleashing terror on his own people. Watch what they did to this guy too. Is another Ugandan who was born after Museveni became their dictator president and the only president they have known. Uganda is a unique country. That's the same country where you had Idi Amin and Obote. It was Museveni, Yoweri Kaguta, whatever. Museveni is the one who overthrew Obote. When Obote overthrew Idi Amin. So these are the leaders they have really known. But now many of them who actually just known Museveni, who continue to rig himself every now and then. This is the first time the people seems to be interested staging a real revolution, electoral revolution or political revolution against him. He is not taking it and he is not hiding it, but he wants to hide it from the rest of the world. Watch this. Familiar? Any familiarity? For those who were Omoyele Showore's supporters in Nigeria, they take it backers. They will have some, they will tell you that Maiyegun, we experienced that too. All they did was just to tag you and profile you. Once you appear to support anything else than what the establishment wants you to support, you will become a victim. You will be brutalized. You will be lucky if you're not killed, right? Here is another one that you can say, God help them in Uganda. Watch this.
Seven yati denyo.
So can you see much similarity with that? If you're watching me from Nigeria, that is the trait of the dictator ruling Uganda as they are for now. So the reason why you have to make this comparison is that there is no difference, but it is just that it's like Uganda is already in 2021 before Nigeria, because Nigeria is doing everything, and this 2021 is when they are going to make that happen. Let me make that a bit clearer. What is coming is that young people in Africa, especially those who are residing in Africa, who have managed to build voices on different social media platforms, you know, they have been able to see what development can be. Social media, internet has been able to help them to know many other things, many hidden truths about leadership, about Africa, about their peers across the seas. So they were able to see, and they're able to compare, and they are beginning to question the type of leadership they have too in Africa. They are no longer, you know, the number is growing, okay? And if you check the number of people who have access to internet in Africa, who have access to social media in Africa, right? And compared to the numbers of people who don't have access to it, you understand what I'm talking about. The slow spread of internet due to infrastructural decay and mismanagement, all this no electricity and all that, right? But for those who have managed to have access to internet and social media, their exploration, their discoveries have made them to begin to question leadership in Africa. Here, there, here and there. People are doing it here and there. Some haven't taken it political. They haven't made it political yet. But they have very strong, and that very strong voice, which seems to be collective. And this is a big threat to the dictators in Africa. You know, the young people who probably never really mind or care that somebody has been in power for 35 years suddenly felt like, what the heck? Like, you know, 35 years. Does that mean that we don't have anybody who can rule this place? Do you get that now? So people are now knowing the more rights they can use to question their dictators. And dictators are also pushing back. They are seeing social media as the new insurrection in Africa, which is more powerful than the coup. As we speak right now, if anybody any politician in Africa, including these dictators too, if they want to be accepted or feel among, they all sponsor and pay people to open up different social media handles for them in a pretense that they are communicating with their people or the rest of the world. It is a presence that they don't want to miss, but they can't control. So it's a threat. So even if you plan a coup now, right? Those who will plan coup anywhere in Africa, they will use the mood of the country. So they can easily guess right if they are going to succeed or not by following the conversation about the country, the people's reactions on social media. So the dictators in Africa now see social media as the bigger threat to their survival. And as it is in Uganda, it is in Nigeria. Watch this last video before I start taking the calls. Sorry about that, if it is also distressful for you. They are doing all of that, the same intimidation, the same fear, imprisonment, threat of, all this manner of, violence are things they believe that they needed to continue to do to keep themselves perpetually in power. And they will do anything. Shutting down social media seems to be a good start. Somebody is going to try it. We knew that somebody was going to try it anyway. So Uganda just kickstarted it. Nigeria, where they are already doing a low testing, social media bill, hate speech law, shutting down the internet. Like when you turn on the switch, turn it on and off. They are already doing a low testing in Nigeria. So that now that Uganda succeeded, all they needed to do is just give the order to the MTN, Glo, all of your network providers in Nigeria, and tell them to shut down the internet. That's when you feel like, maybe that is when you feel like they are taking something away from you. Do you get that now? That is the worry. So the next part of in fact, I'm actually going to open the line now to everyone who might want to phone in, because I've been receiving now these calls that I couldn't take. One sec. So when you compare what they have in Nigeria, many of them are in jail. Many of Bobby Wine is called, I don't know how to pronounce that long name, Kiagulani. I don't know if I pronounced that right, so I prefer to call him Bobby Wine. It's easier. It's the same thing. Military are on the street. The electoral body is looking away. They are going to write the result and declare the dictator winner. They will give him maybe 70% of the vote. They will do all of that. After the election, they will release some of those they can release, those that are in detention. Then they will prosecute those they are going to send to jail for further detention. And that's it. He will continue to live his life. And in Nigeria, you as a Nigerian, the reason why you should pay attention is that they've always wanted somebody to try it. Uganda is trying it now. In Nigeria 2021, shutting down the internet won't be too much of a shocker, especially if you are a Maiyegun General supporter. Hello there.
Hello.
Good evening. You are true to Maiyegun General, so yeah. Your name and where you're calling from?
Yeah, this is TJ from Boston, my brother.
Oh, TJ. How are you, sir?
I'm very, very good.
Glad to hear from you.
Yeah.
Happy New Year, sir. So, what do you have for us tonight? So, you can go on, please.
Yeah, I've been following you, and I like what you're doing.
Thank you, sir.
Exposing not just in Nigeria, in Africa. That's why shows like yours should be supported by every right-thinking youth, not just in Nigeria, but all Africa in general. Because now, I've been telling people the same thing you've been saying, that the government, all these old people, they don't know the power of social media. That the youth of nowadays, they are not like their own parents. Because now they have the information at the tip of their hands. So now, this event now, people should invest in that technology. Private people now who change, serious people. Make sure every ordinary people have that access. So that way they will know how their government is being run.
That's right.
Because now in Uganda, look at, do you know that people know they want to go to this? So he's terrified because of social media. He had to ban them now.
Exactly.
And I know that Uganda, like Lai Mohammed, they're taking cue.
Exactly.
Exist.
And they are already doing testing in Nigeria. They too, they know this. They have repeatedly been saying that social media is a threat. Social media is a threat. Northern Nigerian leaders, they called a security meeting. They were discussing NSAS, how NSAS was able to recruit and mobilize people on social media, how social media is a threat, how NSAS was about to change government. So social media is a threat to every one of them in Nigeria, and they are waiting to see how it's going to play out. How can we do it? And they will do it.
Exactly. Thank God, they saw what happened to Trump. Now, if do that to Trump, I shut him off. So maybe our population. And these people, I don't know why only Africans, black, we are like the most backward in everything. In 2021. Elections are supposed to be free and fair all over the world. People have free and fair elections. Only in Africa, people want to die in power. People want power. So I don't know. I appreciate you. God bless you, my brother.
Thanks a lot, TJ.
All this has to be shared all over Africa so that people huge now. There should be a movement to use social media by 2020. Okay, like in Nigeria, if only the youth now, they should not let the momentum of NSAS end. They should hammer on taking over. So that they could see that they have the majority, the number, if the free and fair election is wrong. Many, they are few. All these people winning millions of lives, they are not even up to 1%. So that number should be hammering in their head that we are coming for you. Social media, instead of Nigerian youth to start mobilizing now for 2023, someone like Showore, running around him is a youth. He's not up to 50 years. All those generations have been in power. I told a group of my colleagues one time that anybody above 50 should not be allowed in Nigeria to hold office. This generation is the one who implicated our own generation and put us in this mess.
Thank you so much, TJ.
God bless you, my brother.
You too, sir. You too. Thanks so much. Have a good one. Appreciate that. So that's a TJ from Boston, US. So I have another caller. Sorry that that dropped. That call dropped. So you can still phone it. The number is on your screen. It is a WhatsApp only call. Okay, if we have the privilege of anyone in Uganda right now, any part of Uganda right now, who like you give us what is going on, report of what is going on. They are going to wait for how Uganda managed this. Then, once the dictator is rigged back in, if Ugandans are going to let go, if Ugandans who have been trooping out, asking that they want to end the dictator. Hello there.
I'm very happy that I was able to talk to you today.
It is a pleasure to speak to you. Yeah, I'm fine, sir. Your name and where you're calling from?
My name is John. I'm calling actually from Sweden.
John from Sweden. I've not heard from anyone from Sweden in a while. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. You?
I'm fine. Thanks for asking. So, yeah, you have the floor.
Yeah, thank you very much. First of all, I want to say thank you, for everything you've been doing.
Thank you.
It's not everyone that can. I mean, many of us want to speak, but it's not all of us that can come out on social media, platform to start speaking. But people like you, we have people like you that are very good. So I want to say thank you so much because every day I kept on waiting for you to come online just to listen to you.
Thank you. Probably that is the reason why I keep coming back, because I know I have friends, no matter what, that will be interested and be waiting.
I was in Uganda last year.
Great.
Yeah. I'm from Nigeria, but we met here in Sweden. So I was in Uganda last year. I went for the marriage. Me and how we married, and everything was good. Last 2 years, that was 2019.
Right.
We are now in 2021.
We're in 21 now.
Yeah. Yeah. And that was my first time actually being to Uganda. And when I was in Uganda, in fact, before I went to Uganda, I had a friend too who has been to Uganda too. And he told me that Uganda people are very nice. I was so much in love. In fact, I came back to Sweden and I told my wife, I said, now Nigeria is not good for me. I don't think I can invest in Nigeria. We have to save enough money and we can invest. Even if we have to go back to Africa, we're going to go back to Uganda because I was so much in love with Uganda. Why? First of all, these people are very peaceful. You know all those things that you used to see in Nigeria. When you go to Nigeria, you do something, people will be waiting for you to collect money, to collect money from you. I didn't see any of those things in Uganda. I was in Uganda. Apart from the country has not developed. Nigeria is far developed compared to that country. Nigeria has gone far. But I was so much in love with the country because of how their behavior, how they live their life.
Attitude.
They have this life of European. Do you understand?
I'm with you.
I was so in love to the extent that I told my wife we have to invest in this country. They welcome me, they love me, regardless that they don't even know where I'm coming from. They don't even care, but the way they welcome me, I was so in love. So for this hour, I was really mad. Most of the people I met in Uganda, my wife's friends and some of them, this man is the only man they've known. And I was so mad. Why would this man be in power for these years? The man is not. If their street is bad, their road is bad. They don't have any. In fact, the people that are actually making that country to be a good country are foreigners. People from Ethiopia, rich people from Ethiopia, they are the ones building infrastructure in that country. Kenyans, the Ugandans, and the fact that man has destroyed that country. You've been there for 30-something years. You have not done anything. Their street is so bad. We were going to visit my wife's sister, and I told my wife, I said, today will be the first and last we will drive in this road again. The road was so bad. Even in my village, we don't even have that kind of road. I was really, but I love the country. There was, for the 23 days I was there, they did not take light for one day.
Just like many other people in Africa, they always deserve better. We deserve better.
They did not take light in that country, and I did not see generator. I did not hear them shout. I didn't see churches that were shouting, praise the Lord, every morning, or I did not hear those. The country was very peaceful. So for this man to be doing this thing, he should give another person a chance. Look at all the people that are working under him. They are all old. They don't even have. Look at his sport, the one he got sport minister. With Big Benny that he could not even kick a ball. He was about to kick a ball and he fell down. And I asked myself, what is wrong with Africa? What is wrong with us? Are we going to die in power?
It's a shame.
In fact, the way the thing is even doing me right now, it's as if I should just appear in Uganda right now. I just go to that man's house in his room, start giving him, use a lot of koboko on him. I'm telling you.
And I believe many people feel like you too.
I'm so angry.
35 years. Even if you want to rig yourself in.
Is it your father? If other presidents stay there for 35 years, will you get the power? Will you be there? Let me leave that.
Thanks so much, John. Yeah. And thank you very much for sharing that with us. Yeah. Thanks so much for sharing it with us. Have a good one. Americans to the missus. Have a good one. Bye-bye. That's a big one there. Sometimes if you don't live in sin, go to another place, you are likely going to continue to say, well, I thank God. That's what Nigerians, because you see, let me tell you something. For those who have managed, especially southern Nigeria, which is pretty much accommodating for the entertainment, the lifestyle and all of that, right? Africans who see Nigeria, they know Nigeria is, should you say southern Nigeria, is so blessed that they will wish to live there than live in their own country to escape. Until they leave the country, they wouldn't know what is better. And when they now finally found what is better, without even leaving the country, they are being shut down from saying that. So, hello there. You are true to Maiyegun's Diary Political tonight. Your name? Oh, we lost the call. Sorry about that. You can phone back in again. So Nigeria has done so well, according to some other African countries, right? But at least, even if you want to rig yourself, you want to keep yourself in power, I think 35 years, he should have been able to master the way to make things look legit without being looking the way it is right now, roguish, arresting, beating people up, arresting people needlessly, killing people needlessly. They asked him that 54 people were killed in a single day in Uganda for protesting. He said it is because they are doing insurrection. That at least 5 people were killed in Capitol too in America because of insurrection. So what is that? So we kill 54, America killed 5. It was because of insurrection. That was what he said. He owns the country. That's what you will become. It's become the grandpa, the grandfather. But in Nigeria, those who know and understand very well that Nigeria may be disguising to the rest of the world, as usual, a big giant of Africa, where they read a lot about your politicians, where some of their journalists in Africa, from other parts of Africa, where they love to write, beautifully about some of your glamorous, rich politicians of old. Until now, until social media exposed everything. So you cannot cook up anything anymore, right? That people will not dismantle within minutes. So they see Nigeria as this country, big, rich, so blessed that they wish their country is like that. Yeah, you have your differences. Yeah, probably you have your differences, but you're just being stupid that you can't fix your differences and grow, because and grow, because we would love to be like your country. There are Africans that are looking up to Nigeria, but I don't know how many of them are anymore. I love what John shared about his visit to Uganda. The attitude, that is something. That is, if you don't leave Nigeria, sometimes you may not know. There are many other Africans in Africa that have that attitude, no attitude of trying to obtain you, okay? Not the attitude of trying to, you see, you meet a governor, you meet any public official in Nigeria, most intention, that is maybe 8 out of 10 of them. The first intention is what they are going to take from you. Do you get that now? So if you are willing to play ball, the attitude will be nice, they will be good to you. But if you are acting tough, the attitude will swing like magic, and you'll be asking yourself if they are forced to do the job. In Nigeria, so you need to give them money. Attitude. And it cuts across, not just government officials, even your own family members, We know what we're talking about. Taking advantage of people and calling it being smart is what they call it in Nigeria. They call it being smart in Nigeria. Attitude. That's something I picked out of what John said. I've met many other Africans here, and I have to say, they have it. The attitude of not willing, not all of them, because you get some crooks too, from other part of Africa as well. But the similarity of what is going on in Uganda and what is cooking up in Nigeria is why you can phone in and share your view. Thank you. Jima.
My brother, good evening, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Congratulations. Double congratulations and a bit of a stress on the side. How are you? It go easy. We go find levels. So here you are. Again, 2021, we made it. And we are talking about this, developing story in Uganda because of election, and that of Nigeria, which we are so used to, except the shutting down of the internet. That's where you met us, Jima.
Now God will punish all those bad African leaders. Now me the talker.
Amen.
Now God will punish all of them one by one. How can you strip a woman naked in front of her child, and the child is fighting for you to get off the mother in Uganda in 2021? And person goes down there tell me, say, woman activist. Are you not seeing what is going on? I only wants to watch her.
Well, I ask myself.
What is happening in Uganda is a template of what is going to happen in Nigeria. People should watch closely. If they deny Bobby and the Ugandan people of that change that is needed there, it is going to explode. and it will spill over to Nigeria. Make Nigerians, they watch very well what is going on. How can you, he's a presidential candidate too. He's presidential.
They always beat him up like a common thug. Like you will never, you know, they beat him up like, eh?
Where is the dignity in Africa? Where is the dignity? When you listen to, let me just say this, when you listen to Bobby talk in an interview, and I don't know, all my hair for my body, this stands a yes, this is a young man talking. He knows what he's talking about. When you listen to Mussolini, sometimes I can't even listen to it. I will just turn him off. Because he doesn't make any sense.
He's an old man.
This is a madman. See, now God, me, I don't talk him.
But there's also one question, Jima. There's one question people are asking. Yeah, where is African Union? Is it when it turns bloody and refugees begin to develop, you know, to rise? So then they will send delegates. Abi?
You're asking about a dead organization that has no who is African Union? Who are they going to tell Mussolini what to do? Is he not part of them? Who will ask that kind of question? Anybody ask that kind of question, you should think, who goes to the UN, to the Union, African Union? Who goes there? Not be him. And he makes. Are they serious? Are people still asking that kind of question?
Well, people are asking that is it when it turns to bloody? When it turns bloody, you know, Jonathan is on peace mission to Gambia, to Mali, maybe to Chad. I don't know. He's flying here and there, making peace.
Don't go Buhari's laptop into this one. Now Buhari laptop with that one. When the fire starts in Uganda, he will send Jonathan there.
When they shot, go Shazam. Baba, if they shut internet for Nigeria, how people go react? I mean, like, do you see that happening? That's the question. Do you even see that happening at all?
Do I see it happen? It is going to happen. It is going to happen. Because it's going to happen in Uganda is setting precedence of what these bad guys in Nigeria, and that's what I call them, these bad guys in Nigeria will do to you. It's plain. You can see it coming. Nobody say, now what will happen with that? Maiyegun, my brother.
Thank you. Yima. Let's.
My brother, you don't want to these people start in Nigeria say make about cook back come from Sokoto.
Well, is that not part of is that not even part of the problem too? Whereby someone advised Buhari that what Buhari has done, if any president in Nigeria ever tried that and he's not from the north and he's not a Muslim, they would have planned a coup and overthrow him. And they're asking him to go away.
They have done all constituting now. It's because it is them. It's because it is them. They have because to tell a father who the Sultan said the same thing.
The same thing, exactly.
Different words. They use different words. The same thing the Sultan said is the same thing Parakuka said. So what's different there? So why are you asking Parakuka to leave where his state of president? Are you saying it is one Nigeria? Come on, let me bring this country up quick, I beg.
Yima, thank you so much for dropping in. Say me well to the family. Say hi to them. Nice one, man. Nice one. Yeah. That's Yima from England. Very good brother. Very, very good brother. Lawyer, Maiyegun, political fan. Thank you so much, Yima, and thanks to all of you who have joined as well. Don't forget this. The line is opened. I'm going to leave the line for another 40 minutes. We'll try to manage the time. So yeah, you can phone in and add your voice. Nigeria before now was, I mean, they've already they've started planning on how to regulate the social media. They called it regulating social media or shutting it down, like switching it off. Hello, sir.
Maiyegun the professor.
Yes, sir.
Maiyegun the professor.
Kabiyesi. Your name and where you are calling from, sir. Thank you, sir.
It's Olu from Stoke-on-Trent.
Oh, Olu, God bless you. So how you doing, Baba?
Not too bad, not too bad.
Happy New Year to you. I was about to say that, so it's good to have you. Here you go. You are part of the conversation tonight. So what do you have to say, please?
Maiyegun, I want to ask you one question.
Please.
Why do you think Nigerian youth or Nigerian populace are not challenging their leaders? What do you think?
There are many factors. Okay.
Yes, that's right.
So, but I can quickly give you three that we can, we just leave it at that. Number one, Nigerians love their oppressors differently. Okay.
Yeah.
So they choose them. They will tell you, my own oppressor is better than your own oppressor. So it's difficult for you to get people to agree to fight the common oppressor because they have chosen them already. So if you ask them to fight, some of them will have to fight the people they love, people they adore, people they worship, call role models. That's number one problem. Number two problem.
Wait your time,
please. Okay, please go on. Yeah.
The difference from your son, you have a son, right?
That's right.
I have a son here as well, and he's 7.
Wow. Mine is 5.
Yeah, so pretty much the same age group. My son will ask me, Daddy, that is not right. Don't be silly. I think this way he has to be. He has to, you don't do that, you do this. That's my son having the effrontery, the audacity to challenge his dad. See, when I was born in Ekiti, I dare not even say no to my dad. It's a slap.
I know about that.
So I've been conditioned to be submissive, even though I'm being oppressed. I've been conditioned to not ask questions, even though what they are doing to me is an abuse. So our people, you see, don't let us go to religion, but the way we grow up, they make us like that. Our thought process has been conditioned to respect people even while you are being abused. That's why you see our people are. So if you now bring religion in, you cannot talk to somebody of that. So these things are now compounded together. And then you see our people, they will not see. It's not Fulani that is ruling my small Ekiti. I'm from Ekiti, I'm from the village. It's not Fulani that is ruling Ekiti. It's a PhD holder, Ogami.
That's right.
It's a PhD. So when you have a PhD, I don't know your qualification, but when you have PhD, you should be able to critique, to look at things outside the box.
That's right.
What is not working? Tell me, Fayemi lived in UK for over a decade. They have papers here. The wife is British.
That's right. They were granted asylum for running away from the oppression in Nigeria. And when they got that, they went back to Nigeria to lead the same onslaught. Please, go on, please.
So, it led Ekiti twice. This is the second time Fayemi will come. He's a doctor. He will speak all the grammar. But what is holding him down as well is tradition, beliefs, religion, They replace their critical thinking with all these things.
Conditioning.
And that's why, that's why you see that idiot that died in Oyo. He was saying to the students, you are talking to me like that. He believed that he's constituted authority. He believes he's got that authority to do and undo.
That is his own time. And who are you to challenge that?
So it's a very critical thing. But what you are doing is a very, very good job. Keep enlightening our people. Show them the way. Let them know. See, if we can continue to do this, maybe one day we will get there. But we are not serious at the moment.
That's why we have to continue.
Yes.
Create the time, continue dropping. Thank you so much, Olu. My regards to the family too, and to the young man.
Oh yeah, bye-bye.
Have a good one, sir. Yeah, bye-bye. That's deep. I remember I have shared the similar view on Maiyegun's diary too. That conditioning When we're growing up, we were programmed never to question anyone considered above you, either in age or in status. You are not expected to publicly question them. And it starts from your immediate family. When they give you that, shut up. If you fail, you get punished. If you do it again and again, you are considered possible a vagabond, a son or a daughter that will never turn out good because you didn't listen to them. You did not listen to elders. You don't question elders. When you see elders doing anything wrong, you keep your mouth shut. When you see them about to make a wrong decision, you dare not say it, especially if you come from that type of family. Not all families, by the way. There are some families who didn't raise their own children like that. I come from the ones who raised their children like that. You are not to question your leaders. And same thing is when they brought religion into it. Hello, sir.
Hello, good evening from here in Sweden.
Good evening. Oh, you'll be my second caller from Sweden. Your name again?
My name is
Adebayo from Sweden. Amazing. Oh, you have, of course, but thank you very much. You have the floor. Yeah. Thanks so much. Happy New Year.
Yeah. Same to you, man. Same to you, man.
Nice one, Baba.
That's what we are facing back home. The likes of the Ugandan president and the likes of Buhari. If you look truly into the African situation, you find that we have just the same kind of leaders everywhere, apart from Rwanda. You know, Rwanda is the only place we can say it's a bit better, fairer. You know.
And it was after the bloody civil war.
Yeah. Just like my last brother said, he said don't question the elders because we are conditioned to give them that go ahead. You know, even those who want to protest, they are silenced. You know, they are silenced, and that is what is predominantly happening to the north. You know,
that's well.
The northern people. You know, their voices, they cannot find their voices. You know. And I'm surprised that they go to the likes of America, UK, that were supposed to be big brothers. You know, the European Union, they're supposed to be big brothers. They're silent. They see these things, these videos that pop out every year now and then, here and there, from Uganda, from Nigeria, about human, abuse of power, tyranny from Africa, and they keep quiet because of what they get. Because of what they get. So what
people are saying is that most of them are those who give this dictators who give them the cover. For example, look at Cameroon. Paul Biya of Cameroon, a president of Cameroon that has not lived in Cameroon for the past 10 years. He's been living in France and he's ruling Cameroon from France. Will France deny that they don't know about it? So I agree with you, please.
You know, what I think we should do is we should wake up, all Africans. We should team up, rise up at some point. If you rise up, the table will shake. We're the ones that put these people there. Right now, they are being used by the manipulators in chief, which is the European overlords and the American overlords, who are giving this task approval, giving them go ahead, because you see what Buhari did to the SARS protesters. You know that. They cannot tell us that they don't know that is wrong. The Nigerian government cannot tell us that they don't know that on a normal day, the Americans will enter Nigeria. But there is something behind it. There's somebody who has told them, okay, do this, but don't do it too much. Okay, back off. Okay, go front. Okay, they are being puppeted by some powers that be, you know. So now, what we can do is, like the Biafran brothers are doing, if we all rise up, enter our bushes, enter the bush. You say you don't want us to drink water and keep cup. We will share this country by force. Drive all the workers, all the oil workers, all the gold miners. They're not more than us. Everybody take even this hunter gun, enter the forest. Oh yeah, let's talk, let's eat together. They'll run away now. They'll run away.
But Bayo, yeah. Sorry about that. Sorry to cut you or interrupt you there, okay? But the only weapon we have is the weapon of mobilization, which is the social media. It is now the one that they have sensed as a danger that they will continue, even if they have to underdevelop their countries in order to make sure that internet doesn't spread. Because once internet spreads, there's chance that all our messages will get to the remotest of the part of Africa, and that can trigger a real insurrection against all these C-type criminals, right? But that social media now, there is war on that social media now in Africa by African dictators. That's right.
So even with the social media, we can only get one thing out. We arouse the minds of people.
Right.
But after that, if you protest, they pocket, they still shoot you. Look at the South protesters, they've gone back in. We need to protest forever. The black person has to protest forever. That's your place in life. Because this thing has been happening for centuries. Right from slavery to colonialism. I mean, slavery is a crime. Now we have neocolonialism.
That's right.
In life is we have to protest for like 5 centuries before these things come back to normal. You understand? So the thing is, in Africa, we need to share it. I think they say they are warlords. They can carry weapons. Okay, nobody has monopoly to violence. We are protesting because we think civilians is civil. But the government is the hoodlum.
Yeah.
We have to face them head on, you know.
And the only weapon we have is our voice, our phones.
Yeah, we use our phones on the 20s.
And now they want to cut that off too. With nobody.
You see? And Americans keep quiet. They keep quiet. Okay, let's say they have their own of them. Useless. Okay.
They actually denied some of them visa. Would you believe that? Museveni denied some of them visa. He turned them back, that they can't come in because of COVID rule.
You look at no cogent step to say, no, this is wrong. And they know this is wrong. What do? You come out to protest like the massacre.
Then they start killing. You can see the videos I shared earlier. That's what is going on in Uganda right now. The people are being killed on the street, attacked, beaten, arrested. People are being made to disappear. And African Union is nowhere.
They are dead. The building the African Union is using, is it not China that built it for them?
That's true. That's true. I didn't think about that. I never even thought about that. The headquarters of African Union is built by China.
Yeah.
And it's a donation. It's not that Chinese came to build it. It's a donation. That, you know what, we will build you a center. You call this place. Nobody knows. So every conversation they're having in that building, somebody is listening in China.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
I'm sure the computer, the laptops and everything they're using from China.
Oh dear.
So we are finished. These people are just useless. They're useless.
So the bottom line is that we must not stop. We must continue.
Our rule for the next 5 centuries. For the next 5 centuries. Because we need to correct the madness. It started centuries ago. For the next 5 centuries, our rule is protests.
Continual protest.
The rule is to protest every junkie. Try to get into the
until you see a difference.
Human being, human being, so they understand your place in life is as a human being, because they are not yet understand. You don't understand that Africans are up to start the people they can respect and say, okay, let's give them a quality life. Right now, they see us as abuse and monkey, so let them see themselves. And it's not supposed to be so.
It shouldn't.
That's how this is, they are keeping quiet. It shouldn't be so. Our rule for the next 5 centuries is protest, don't do us this, don't do us that. Just like women started and they allow women to vote. So should black men start protesting until they see you as a normal human being that deserve good quality of life, freedom, not neocolonialism and all this. Look how they are ripping us out, gold out. They even got to find out that we have silver and diamond in Nigeria, but we don't know where it is. That we have it. Somebody, some documentary I read, it's a secret documentary. I will send it to you.
I won't mind.
We don't even know what we have there. We only hear of gold because there was, this.
I feel about it.
I'm hearing about now. They say we have everything. Nigeria was built as a
would you actually disbelieve that? Like, would you sit down and say maybe it's not? Everything they have told us that we have in Nigeria, they were discovered by those colonialists themselves, or those who use their whatever, from wherever they are, to discover them. None of them have been discovered by any Nigerian scientist. I say, oh, this was discovered by a Nigerian scientist. Thank you so much, Baba. Let's hear from others too. It's been a pleasure. Have a good one. Yeah, have a good one. So another caller from Sweden. That's a good conversation there. We must continue the protest. Black man must protest for another 5 centuries. It is a continuous. I mean, it should be a continuous protest from everything you are right now until you begin to see changes and you begin to see differences. So I agree with my dear brother there. So the line is open again. We have another 25 minutes that we can spare. Maybe we can take another 2-3 calls. So maybe that will be you. Dial the number through the WhatsApp. It's a WhatsApp call only, number. If you call it directly, you will not be able to get in. Okay. So most recently, what people have been fighting for, especially women in Saudi Arabia, they managed to get the approval to be able to drive a car. So that was law in Saudi Arabia that a woman must never drive a car. But some didn't stop. They justified it with some religious quotes and all of that. But people continue to protest. They have been protesting this independence and many other independence for so many years until just recently, about 3-4 years ago, thereabout, they were granted the right to be able to drive cars. So yeah, people must continue. I know the bottom line this evening is that free speech is under attack. It's always been under attack, but it has never really been exposed. The attacks on free speech, free will, human rights abuses, and all of that. All these attacks, they have never really been so documented as we have them today. Now that we have social media. So it's easier for us to trace. Just go out there and make your researches about Uganda. You will be mortified. You will be shaken. Especially some of you have never really seen violence, like real raw violence, documented. Thank God for social media. That's why we will be able to do that. And that is a threat to the power that be, who could kill you, make you disappear, make your body disappear, change the narrative in the news media, and that is it onto the next person. Now, social media exposes all these actions, all these abuses and all of that, and people can actually be held responsible for all these actions. Museveni, no matter how long he tries to struggle with power, no matter how much he tries, one day he will either leave power or power will leave him. That's what will happen. He will either leave power or power will overthrow him. When power overthrows him, that means he will eventually die. He's an old man. So it's not going to stay longer anymore. Like what he spent, what he has left is not up to what he spent. It's not going to stay alive for another 35 years. So I don't know how they think. I have another caller. Hello.
Hello, good evening, my
Good evening, my brother, sir. Your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Williams. I'm calling from
London. Williams from London. Oh, amazing. So yeah. Say that again, sorry.
I'm a frequent caller of your show.
You are. Thanks so much. And Happy New Year, Baba. How are you?
Africa's problem. We don't think about abortion. We just think about us. I don't know. Africa, we need to study the background. I don't know why. You see, Europe is already developed. I don't know why they don't want to free Africa. UK is fine. London, America is fine. Allow these people to develop their land. But they will never because of religion. So, please keep on doing it. Thank you for having me.
Thanks so much, Williams. I love that. Yeah. Have a good one too. And my regards to to everyone out there. Have a good one, Baba. Stay safe.
Okay.
Yeah, nice one. That's Williams from London. A good one. He doesn't know the worries and the problems of Africans and African leaders who can just develop their people, develop themselves, develop a system that works, system that will outlive them. So what would be Museveni's political legacy in Uganda? That Ugandans cannot conduct election, free and fair election without using police intimidation or falsifying results or forcing people into exile, arresting and jailing people. Is that going to be his 35 years legacy? His family members, all his family members who are probably so rich anyway, they should be ashamed of themselves. It's a shame that somebody will be in power for 35 years. and the legacy it's leaving behind is a brutalized country. Country so scared, threatened, violated, abused, to the point that election, for them to decide who becomes their president, is now like a war. Come on, 35 years. I mean, so we hope that I'm not raising my hope. I just hope that the Ugandans who have stood by Bobby Wine up to this point, who have paid a lot of prices, people have been killed, women, you know, young people, youth, and all that. Bobby Wine himself is under 40. I mean, so it's actually under 40. I think someone said it's 39, I believe. Yeah, 39. Or if he's 40 years old, he's just probably clocked at 40. 40 years old man challenging a 78 or 79 years old man, his great grandpa. Imagine that. Challenging his own great grandfather who wants to continue to rule a country that he couldn't really manage, underdeveloped, corrupt, impoverished. And in Nigeria, Nigerians, you know, especially Nigerian Buhari details. Oh, he's actually 37. Can you believe that? I'm gonna be 37 in how many days? I'm gonna be 37 myself in 16 days or thereabout, or 17 days. So the guy is already challenging his own great grandfather because he was born just 2 years. He was 2 years old when Museveni overthrew the government of the country. He was 4 years old, rather, or thereabout, before when Museveni overthrew the government of their country. So he's only known him as the president himself. Now he's challenging him. So Ugandans, the pictures, the videos, the campaigns, the testimonies, and you know, awareness we have seen so far. If these guys goes out tomorrow, that is if they will let them vote, because that's another thing. You can only fight that they rig your vote if you vote at all. So if you are not allowed to vote, it is like rigging you before you even decide who you are going to vote for. So everything is pointing to that fact. And they are going to turn off the internet to do that. So tomorrow, we would likely not be receiving enough reports from Uganda on their elections. But many of them have also developed another means, another medium of reaching out to the world. They call it VPN, which allows them to have access to encrypted messages, which can be sent to another third-party apps, and then can be reshared and be sent outside the world. So they will get the message out of Uganda. But what would that do when the military are already going to be doing the killings from this evening? Election, Baba 78 versus 37-year-old young man. And they are killing and killing and killing. So in Nigeria, the reason why we decided to compare tonight, make the line open and have opinions from everyone who is interested in chipping in one or two things tonight is because everything, the pattern we are seeing in Uganda, which looks so like maybe not so big. Do you understand that now? All this happening in Nigeria, the same thing they did to Omoyele Sowore in Nigeria by the government of Nigeria, by criminalizing him, criminalizing everyone who is asking that the country should be run better. What is wrong with people? Do you get that now? So that is what Sowore is facing in Nigeria too. The difference is that Nigerians are more divided than Ugandans. It's not because Museveni, not as Museveni have no his own supporters, so they are in their millions too. He has his own supporters in Uganda. Do you get that now? Who actually are campaigning for him. They believe in him. They are castigating Bobby Wine, calling him names, just like Nigerians called Sowore names. But the Ugandans that I have seen so far, they've turned up so big, so loud that the government of Uganda is feeling threatened. When Omoyele Sowore was going everywhere, the support that Omoyele Sowore got mostly are from those who are outside the country, who could only support, but we could not vote. You know, divided Nigeria, where you have the northern Nigeria, the southern Nigeria, and you know all the peculiarities and all the complications that comes with that. So Sowore was not a threat to Boko Haram at the time, like Bobby Wine is to Museveni in Uganda. But there is also something that you should know, which is important. The effect that Omoyele Sowore could return from America, left his life, his family, and everyone there, returned back to Nigeria, mobilized the young people to the point of starting a political party, ran for political office, ran for the office of the president, generated so much frenzy all over the country, mobilizing, talking to people against the military that is going to work for the ruling party, against the police that is going to work for the ruling party, against the INEC that is going to rig the election for the ruling party. It was everywhere, right? So same thing is, the effect of that is that so many other young people in Africa who follow this development in Nigeria, how this political conversation in Nigeria is going on, including those who are asking that we should break up Nigeria and the rest of that. These conversations are being monitored by other Africans and young Africans in Africa. And tell me, the effect of that on them politically in Uganda is about to be seen tomorrow. Because this same effect took place in Mali. You remember Mali coup? Yeah. The Mali coup was triggered by the social media protest where the younger Malians in Mali mobilized themselves against incompetent dictator. Yeah, the guy they finally sent away. So they mobilized and they used social media endlessly to protest and protest and protest until the military kicked out the president. And, well, the military is now doing a transition. Social media, the power, the effect of what the political conversations are in Nigeria, and how the rest of young people in Africa are possibly monitoring, following, trying to replay and react most of what they are reading on. Reading about Nigeria. Then American politics too. Someone just mentioned Trump. That Trump is impeached. Well, I haven't come up to that. I'll come to that soon anyway. So American election, the conversation on social media, people were trying to challenge their dictators. And this is the first time, I'm going to tell you this. This is the first time that a dictator in Africa really, really feels threatened, that is decided to shut down internet. In Nigeria, politicians in Nigeria don't really have to do much, okay, until social media came. It is social media that is likely going to unite the disenfranchised, the abused, the assaulted, traumatized Nigerians to stand up and face their own tyrants and face the system that kept them at this current situation. So without having to use religion, tribe, and all of that, social media is capable of doing that. Social media is capable of raising the generation that we always challenge sit-tight rulers or rigged system that keeps Africa as Africa right now. And tomorrow, we're going to see what the effect of that is going to be in Uganda. Because eventually, they are going to snuggle out, and they're going to smuggle out some of the ongoings in Uganda. I'm going to be following, I'm going to be monitoring as well, and I'm going to be reporting too. Social media is being threatened. We know about our own threats in Nigeria. There's so much absurdities. There's so much, killings. There's so much insecurity. There's so much corruption. There's so much cover-up. State-sponsored terrorism in Nigeria that only social media has been exposing them, educating people, alerting people before the stories ever gets watered down. Social media to the dictators in Africa is a threat that is even more, deadlier than a coup. So they're going to give it a name, insurrection. They are going to give protest name, the new name to protest in Africa. They're going to call it insurrection, the license to kill you. And they're going to blame social media for it. Shutting it down is so easy. Maybe you don't know. All they needed to do is just to tell all they actually need to, they need to do is to tell the network provider, your network provider, that they gave all the licenses to. Or just, all they need to do is just tell them to cut you off. You won't even be able to complain of why you have been cut off, because there will be no internet to do that. And whatever they are doing, you will be the power to report and tell the world will be taken away from you. Imagine that for a minute. They are doing it in Uganda. Don't think they won't do it in Nigeria. Hello there.
Oh, hi, Maiyegun.
Hello, my sister. Your name and where you're calling from?
I'm Julie. I'm calling from London.
Julie from London. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good one. So yeah, you are through.
Thank you very much for the work you do.
Thank you too for calling in. So yeah, you are through to the live program. Go ahead, please.
So I just have one simple point, really.
Please.
And it's just last year, about 3 months ago, I think, I had a petition going on about shutting down the internet, and everybody laughed at me and said they definitely won't do that. That's the Nigerian government. And they definitely wouldn't touch the internet because it'll affect all the banking. And now we see that the Ugandan government has done it in the blink of an eye.
Just like that.
Yeah. So I just wondered, I'm going to post the link somewhere in the comments.
Okay.
And I just wonder if you could persuade people to sign it and circulate it.
I would. I'll do that.
It's really urgent. I can't see the Nigerian government not taking advantage of this.
It's just a matter of time. And that's the fear. Because, you know, I have a video. I don't know if you have seen that, right? I shared a video earlier, Julie. It was from the president of Uganda. He was justifying the action. He said, this may cost some, a little bit of inconveniences and all that, yeah? But we have to do it because Facebook think they could probably restrict us and all that. So we have to shut down. We know some of you uses this for your businesses and all of that, but we just have to shut it down. Who does that?
Lai Mohammed is watching this and probably having a dance. I'm thinking, yippee!
Well, let's see how that plays out.
I can't see this not happening. I can't see it not happening. So I just hope people take this seriously, sign a petition, and and do what they can, because it's going to come to Nigeria. And fair enough, we can do all the VPNs and all of that, but that is not as easy as a teenager in Nigeria at the moment that has data on their phone. So I'm going to send you the link,
please.
And I always comment on your videos as love, justice, peace. So I probably will comment as that, and I'll paste the link as that as well.
Amazing. Thank you so much for that. And, I really appreciate you chipping this in tonight as well, Julie. So thank you.
Excellent.
You have a good one.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye. Oh, dear. I'm so happy that a lady called in to awaken our consciousness again, that if you don't think it is possible, if you think that the risk, the loss, or disadvantage of that, or the backlashes of what that will bring to this government in Nigeria when they shut down your internet, how many things that will affect, if you think that really matters to them, then you're not thinking at all. Honestly, you're not. They don't care. If they also, now that they know that there's something called partial interruption. Partial is that some of you will be wondering, why is MTN not working? Why is Glo is not working in Lagos? And all that is needed is just to say, shut it down in Lagos. There will be some of this or that that will be going on in Lagos. People will not be able to alert the world. They will not be able to call their family members. They will not be able to capture the event. And it will just be like, it never happened. It happened at Lekki. Yeah, they partially shut down the internet, the network. And some of those protesters at Lekki, they shut the network down partially there, so that they won't be able to stream live, but the people still manage to capture the event. The fear here is this, that some of you may not know. apart from this political conversation, apart from the enlightenment, which is great, right? Communication, ability to pass message and be able to deliver such messages with ease and promptness can be between life and death for many. Ability to be able to ask for help when you are far away from where people can easily hear your scream. Government don't care, because you see, every minute of our life, there are some certain things that if they are not there, if they are missing, when you need them, if they are not there, that can actually be the end of you, the end of your life. Imagine if you have to make this emergency call and you get trapped in the areas where they have shut down the network, shut down everything. You can't call for help. You can't do anything. Life and death, that's you. You will not be counted among those who will die for that singular decision. Politicians don't care. They don't even have the statistics. So if they try that in Nigeria, like Julie said, some people will manage to work their way around it, but majority won't. And the targeted areas under attack, areas under serious siege from the state, from the government, and their islands and all that, will be lost forever. I mean, the record of that will be lost forever. Not that we have so much power to stop them. Don't misunderstand me, okay? Not that we have so much power to stop them. But we have a lot of power to let people know what is coming, so that they will be more prepared than to be caught unaware of what their government is planning to do to them. Uganda today, Uganda tomorrow, Nigeria in 2021. Your government have a lot for you. They have a lot in stock for you. And most of these are, they are circled around the social media, the power you have, the power we have, the power that connects many of us who are no longer in Nigeria to even be able to know more about what is going on in Nigeria than those who are living in Nigeria. That is the power they want to take away. Nigerians will also be cut off, as they are trying so much to cut everyone off as well, until they will have nobody to challenge them. Let's see how Ugandans will put this off tomorrow, and let's see the end result. Let's see if the dictator will escape it again, like he's been escaping it, this power challenge for the past 35 years. We'll monitor that, and I will report back. I'm going to be on a talk show tomorrow of a very wonderful sister. For those of you who know her, Dara Talk Show. I'm invited to be a guest, so you can meet me there tomorrow afternoon if you have the time. So until then, Ugandans, please go ahead and remove the dictator. Listen to this guy just before I go.
But once again, we shall rise to be the true Pearl of Africa that we have been known for. Nothing can defeat people united, especially if we are united by conviction. A people united can never be defeated. 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 Yes, and also...
Bobby Wine, thank you everyone for your time tonight. I'm going to see you again tomorrow. If you have the time, join me. And before you leave, do this.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.